you have a good gauge for these things. Is Nebraska Pete? The thing that Nebraska fans want to know, are they truly in this hunt? I mean, is it realistic for Nebraska to get a Ward or a McCord?
So I think that both are just getting started in their recruitment. So I
Okay.
think it's way too early to be like, okay, I'm going to put a prediction in for Cam Ward to Nebraska. But I think the two things that Nebraska has done that has really impressed me, and I'm sure have impressed these quarterbacks, right, is they've both flown to where these quarterbacks are, right? I mean, they made sure that these connections carry some weight. It's not just like a phone call like saying like, hey, Kyle, we love you, and Nebraska. No, they flew to Columbus, they flew to Pullman. It's really impressive what they've done, and how it all shakes out remains to be seen. I had an intel piece come out this morning. I've had a couple sources say that there's a chance Cam Ward goes to Miami this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's still kind of playing out though. And then in the McCord camp, I've heard a lot of we committed to Ohio State so early. We want to enjoy this transfer portal recruiting process. We're not going to make a knee-jerk decision and commit on Friday or something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's really two visit weekends, Pete, in December where schools can host prospects this weekend and then next weekend. Then it goes dead. Then there's that little period between January 3rd and January 7th where transfers can also visit your campus. Do you expect a lot of the quarterback recruiting to go past Christmas, or do you think a lot of this for these guys will wrap up before Christmas?
It's really tough. I can I say 50-50? I think like DJU, Kyle at the moment for all intents and purposes, they don't have any visits scheduled as of 12:11 Eastern time on Thursday. That could all change rather quickly. But yeah, I think I think some of these big names are not going to go on visits this weekend and make a decision. But you said next weekend too. I think the next 7 to 10 days could be really interesting.
Okay, so you're an expert on this stuff. When you think about NIL value, what would you attach to Cam Ward and McCord? Because I ask about them, Pete, because they're two top 10 guys.
So I'm not going to attach a value. I'll just tell you what I've been told. I've heard from multiple sources that the starting value, give or take, in the Cam Ward sweepstakes, that's at $2 million.
Hello.
Now, have I seen a contract? Is there anything signed? No. But multiple people have told me that, and multiple people close to Cam Ward's camp. In terms of Kyle McCord, I have not heard a dollar figure. Kyle McCord, I mean, I've written about this. He was at Ohio State. He played under Ryan Day, right? Arguably one of the better quarterback coaches in the country. He wants another situation like that. Can Marcus Satterfield and Matt Rule give that to him? I think they can. I think the big selling point for Nebraska with Kyle McCord, though, is going to be like, hey, we know we play Ohio State next year. We promise you that we are going to attack and dominate in the portal and get these wide receivers, so you're not getting crushed come, is it October when they play Ohio State?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You talk about $1 million numbers. Pete, how many quarterbacks do you anticipate or think right now in the portal carry $1 million plus value? And in retrospect around college football, I mean, you study the NIL of college football. I mean, is that a common figure, or is it really only some quarterbacks that can command that kind of dollar figure?
Yeah, I was talking to a Big Ten head coach yesterday. Dollars are not like a plenty, right? Like if you followed NIL and stuff, there's a lot of these conversations about donor fatigue right now and trying to raise dollars and making a push for the portal. So in terms of quarterbacks who can command a 7-figure range, I would say 5 to 7. I mean, you're really talking about these elite quarterbacks. And there's a reason why Cam Ward and DJU and some others came back. They want to prepare for the NFL some more, but they also know that there's a market for them, right? And they feel like they can still make a good payday by still being in college.
Pete, in your world, how much do you deal with agents? How much are agents a part of this NIL discussion, especially for the top end players?
Agents are very common. I mean, I talk to agents on an everyday basis.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's. I like to liken it to NFL free agency. I know a lot of people want to shrink their shoulders at it. I think it's more wild than NFL free agency, to be completely honest with you.